In this video, I'm sharing with you 3 common English grammar mistakes and how to fix them. Before we start, make sure you download your free English grammar booklet from the video description. The first mistake is I don't recommend you to read this book. That's incorrect. So there are 2 ways you can fix this. The first one is I don't recommend that you read this book. And the second one is I don't recommend reading this book. They are both correct. In the first one, the emphasis is on you. So my advice is specifically for you. I don't recommend that you read it. And in the second one, the advice is more general. It's for anyone. I don't recommend reading this book. You can also use wouldn't. So we can say I don't recommend it or I wouldn't recommend it. And there is a very small difference between them. I don't recommend it is more direct and more definitive, and I wouldn't recommend it is a bit softer. So if you asked me for advice, I wouldn't recommend it. You can also use the word to with recommend, but only when you're talking about who you're recommending something to. So he recommended this book to me. I wouldn't recommend this film to you. There is also the phrase on somebody's recommendation. I chose this restaurant on your recommendation. It means that somebody gave you some advice and you did something based on that advice. So you told me the restaurant was really good, and so I decided to go there. I went there on your recommendation and it was really good. And this is quite a difficult topic, the different ways you can use recommend. So let's do a little practice exercise to make sure that you remembered the rules. I don't recommend you to stay, that you stay, or staying at this hotel. Which answer is correct? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. So there are actually 2 correct answers here. We can say I don't recommend that you stay, or I don't recommend staying. They are both correct. Remember, we said that you stay is advice specifically for you, and staying is more general advice. My colleague recommended a new Chinese restaurant for me, to me, or at me. Which one is correct? The correct answer is, of course, to. So he recommended it to me. I read a new novel by Nick Hornby in, on, or to my teacher's recommendation. The correct answer is on. So it's on somebody's recommendation. The next very common mistake is saying I went in London instead of saying I went to London. But some people say I went into London, and that is actually correct. So we can't say I went in London. We can say I went to London or I went into London. And to go into London means that maybe you live on the suburbs and you went to central London. You can also say I went into town, which means I went to the city centre. This is quite a British English way of speaking. But you can also say I went to the theatre in London. So we can't say I went in London, but we can say I went to the theatre and the theatre was in London. So I went to the theatre in London. The word into is usually used for going from the outside of something to the inside. So the cat jumped into the box. I went into the building. So I went from the outside to the inside. If you're interested in prepositions and learning more, then make sure you get my free English prepositions booklet, which I have linked in the video description. So just go to the link and get it for free. Now, I want to mention another little difference. I went to London and I went towards London. They're both correct, but there is a small difference. Going to London is about the destination. London was my destination. But when I say towards London, it's not about the destination, but it's about the direction. So my train was traveling towards London. That was the direction of travel. But maybe it didn't get there. Maybe it stopped in Cambridge. And that was the end of my journey. I go into a lot more detail about this in the English prepositions booklet, which you can get for free from the link in the video description. And the final mistake is saying most of people. Most of people like coffee. That's incorrect. The correct version of this sentence is most people like coffee. So there is no of, just most people. But it is correct to say most of the people, but there is a difference in meaning. So we can say most people like coffee. That's most people in the world, but most of the people is a specific group. It's not everyone in the world, it's just a specific group of people. Most of the people I know like coffee. So I'm talking about the specific group of people that I know. Most of the people in my office like coffee. Again, I'm talking about only that specific group of people. It's the same with some. Some people like coffee. I'm talking about the whole world, and some of them like coffee. Some of the people I know like coffee. So here I'm talking about a specific group of people, just the people that I know. Some of the people I know like coffee. Get your free English prepositions booklet from the video description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!